Thanks for joining again. Let me know if you could hear me very well, of course. So I put this up. This is something I got in the mail call, in an email. Good news, Douglas. They tell you that, very, very exciting. They get you excited. They get you fired up. And you see it and you're like, yeah, good. You're a valued cab member. And because you're being part of the city family means so much of you because you don't do what I do for a living, right? So because you don't do what I do for a living, you might fall for this okie doke. Now, of course, I get this because my credit is very, very high. My credit score is very high. I really don't have any balance to transfer, but I'm going to act like I do for the sake of this video and for the training because I want to train you. I want to teach you. I want to help you understand how money works because you got to know this, family, because I need you to be smarter than the banks. I need you to be smarter than the banks. So again, make sure you share, like this, share with people that you know, make sure they are watching this. All right, let's do that. So this is what I got in the mail. So let's go to Citibank. Let's continue sessions. All right, because I don't want it to log me out. So here's the offer. So let's look at the offer. All right. So they want me to go find maybe if I have a credit with somebody else that I owe money to, right? Maybe I owe another bank, let's say Bank of America or American Express, one of those other credit card companies. Let's assume I owe them money. I owe them $11,200. So Citi saying, listen, man, we got you. You saw the letter, good news, right? They say, listen, we got you. We appreciate you. Come take that money and give it to us. And we'll give you a 0% promo rate to 2020. So we're in 2019, April 2000. So about, what is that, a year, right? Because we're in May now. So till April, we're in June. So April of 2020, you're going to get this promo rate of 0% interest. But we're going to charge you a fee, though. We're not just giving you the promo rate. We'll charge you a fee of 3%. Or you could do a 0.99% rate and till October 2020, which is a longer period, of course. And we still charge you a fee of 3%. No problem. They got to make their money, right? But they're not going to make it off of me because I'm very smart. I understand the game. Now, let me rewind for a minute. And I want to show you something because I want you all to understand something about credit card and why knowing that credit card is bad for you. We all know that. But at the same time, if you're smart, you could use it. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Douglas Eze with Lago Financial Services. Originally from West Africa, Nigeria. Came into this country with not knowing nothing about finance or money or any of that stuff. I got into the financial service industry because somebody gave me a business card and I went and I listened. I was waiting table at IHOP. Yes, all I have is a high school diploma from West Africa, Nigeria. No college degree, none of that stuff. So I'm just a regular guy just trying to figure it out, make it in America, the great land, the land of the free. I wanted to make it. But then I understood when I got into this business, I said, man, financial services. And I saw these people making money in this business. I was waiting table at IHOP. Understand this, IHOP. I was making no money. I was like struggling, right? But then I saw these people making money in this business. And I said to myself, you know what? If they can do it, I can do it. So I needed to understand the business. And I went ahead and got my licenses. And I started doing this business. But I wanted to be different from a lot of financial advisors. But then another thing that I started seeing is credit. You have cash, because coming from West Africa, Nigeria, we pay cash for everything. Everything we pay cash for. There's no credit card. There's none of that stuff, right? So coming to America, now you got to use credit card. If you don't have a credit card, they treat you like you're nothing. So I'm glad they shut me down there with the city. So that's fine. So now let's go in here. I want to, if you don't have credit card, they do what? They treat you like you are absolutely a nobody because they want you to use credit for everything. So first things first, I want to say this. We don't support you being in debt, but we understand you're going to fall into the trap like a lot of people. I fell in that trap. A lot of us fall in that trap. So let's look at what I'm teaching you to do. All right. So this is what I'm going to teach you to do. Again, folks, make sure you share and like this. Make sure you're doing that. And if you have a question while I'm going through this, make sure you ask, of course, because this is for you. All right. Make sure you ask your questions if you do have one, and I could answer it for you. Okay. So make sure you're sharing and liking this information. Now, here's the thing. This is how credit card companies make money. This is what they're going to do. You have a credit balance of $11,200, 16.24% interest rate. And if we invested that interest rate at a 4% return, and I'm going to show you what I mean in a minute. Amount of interest you're going to pay to the credit card company. See how the credit card company make money. So this is how much you're going to pay on this credit card. So if you're in credit card debt, this is what the situation is. In 3 years, you're going to owe them, you're going to make them $5,923. In 20 years, $39,489. In 40 years, $78,000. That's a lot of money. Now, if you had been able to just say, you know what, I'm going to just pay cash. I'm not going to charge it, but I'm going to take that interest rate and invest that money. Now, here's what happens. $6,163. That's how much you will make on that interest. If you had invested the interest rate, you know, potentially you have been able to invest the interest rate of 4%. So if you had invested this money, this $5,000 that they're charging you, if you had invested it, you make $6,000 3 years, $58,000, $187,000 in your pocket if you're able to keep that money and invest it. So if I take this back, just so you can understand the math, what we're saying. So I'll go back to year one, just to year one. Okay, so in year one, $1,974 is the interest. If you are taking that $1,974, the interest rate that they would have charged you in year one, and you had invested it, that's what I mean by that. If you had invested this at a 4% rate of return, I didn't use 5, I didn't use 7, I didn't use 8. I'm not telling you to go invest in the market. I'm like compounding interest. Now, under quick education, compounding interest is not in the stock market because that's ups and downs. That's a roller coaster, right? There's no compounding interest in the market. So cash value insurance have compounding interest, but we won't talk about that. That's a different conversation. That's not what I'm talking about tonight. But let's say we get a 4% compound interest. 1974, $58,000 in 20 years, $187,000 in 40 years. Now, here's what the bank do. The bank immediately will take your money. Let's say they take that 16% because they're smart. They take that 19 and they charge to somebody else. They take that $1,974 that they made off of you because they're not keeping. They're taking this money, they're investing, they're turning the money over. They take the same $1,974 and invest it at a 16% rate of return. They'll make $276,000 off your money. They'll make $7 million in 40 years. Folks, listen, you need to share this. This is not a plaything now because I'm about to get real serious. Share, like it, because you need to save your family members. You need to save your friends. It's not just getting on Facebook making noise. Save the people in your life. They need to see this. Stop playing with their financial future. People are perishing for lack of financial education. There's so many misinformation out there. So many people are getting misled. You guys need to help them. So share, like this video is so important. So let's go on. These banks are going to make $7.3 million because you have a credit card debt. That's crazy. Now, the thing is, we say pay cash. Now, for me, I use a different strategy. But let me say this. Let's assume. So I'm going to take this. Let me minimize this real quick and come back here. Let me see. Where am I at? I'm going to minimize this guy. Now, let's go here. So what I want to do now is I'm going to bring my this scenario. So this is the case. So this person here, it'll take them, if we just pay the minimum rate, which is what the banks require you to pay. $177 a month for that debt of $11,200. This is what you were paying before. Now, all of a sudden, you got that letter in the mail, and the bank say, listen, transfer your balance. And you say, man, I could do that. I could transfer my balance, but you got to pay it off in 12 months. $11,200 paid off in 12 months. So that means you got to give them more of your wealth. Your hard-earned money, you need to now give it to Citibank. Like if I was a dum-dum, right? If I didn't know what I was doing, I would have said, man, that's a great day. I need to move my money over to Citi and move it away from wherever bank if I owe that money. Now, I don't owe banks. I use the credit card companies. I use them strictly. You know how? Because I get points, miles, a lot of the things so that I'm using their money to make money. I pay zero interest on a debt. Zero interest. I don't owe them $1. Every time I use their money, I pay them back in 10 days. My credit score is 800. So I don't have a problem doing that. I use their money very, very well. I give myself 30 days to make money and I dump the money back in. I pull the money out of my life insurance policy and pay them off. But let's say you don't have one. And then you come into our Get Out of Debt program, the program that we've built, that we're using to save so many families. And you come in and say, Douglas, I do not have insurance or whatever it is, or I'm not set up like you. I've not been building wealth like you have all these years, but I have all this debt. So I'm going to use the same 11,200. I'm going to show you what we'll do with that. So this person comes in, their real debt is $25,000 because they didn't count the interest. The bank is going to make over $14,000 in interest if they just pay the minimum balance of $177 every month for the next 12 years. The bank is going to make a $14,000 interest, total of $25,000. All right, so we show them that. Now, here's the deal. If they come into my program, right, the program that we've put together, I'll get them out there in 3.6 years. Now, here's what we do. Now, this is a person that don't have a lot of money put aside. But here's the kicker. This is what makes this unique and sweet. Look at how much liquidity they're going to have. $59,000. That's how much they're able to save in the same time frame. $59,680 in that same time frame of 12 years. We won't have 59 in their bank account. They'll only pay interest of $6,000 to the bank in 3 years. Done. Instead of $14,000. But they also accumulate a lot of wealth. Now, this is a person that hasn't done the things that I've done. See, for me, I would have paid zero interest because I use the bank money, make the money. But this is somebody starting brand new, and they say, you know what? I was going to pay Citibank extra money because what happens? You don't want to pay that 16% interest, right? So you do what? You double up on your Citibank payment, but you transfer your wealth. So I'm saying to you, give me that money you're going to give to Citibank. Let me use that and create a situation for you. Now, let's say you did that with a different, so we have different programs. There's another program. He does the same thing. I pay off all his debt in 2.3 years. And look at now how much he has. $117,000 in liquidity. Are you seeing that right there? $117,000. That's a lot of money right here. Paid off in his bank account in the same 12-year period. See, folks, the key is this. I understand credit. I understand the power of cash, too. See, cash is king only if it's working for you. See, folks, let me show you something. Yeah, I carry cash a lot, but I also have credit cards. I also have a debit card that I use to control my wealth. Let me see. I use that to control my wealth. You know why? Because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, it's all about proper planning. Using, where did I put up all my money? Okay, it's right here on this corner. All right, cool. I want to show you some things, right? Because it's so crucial that you understand the power of money, right? See, money, this guy right here, this dollars, all this is useless, right? All this cash is useless. It's not doing anything, just sitting here. It's not making no money. It's just sitting there. I needed to go work. He needs to go and do some work. Now, why do I have all this cash? Well, because just in case I need to do something, I carry cash for that. But I also have this is a card that we use called Proactive Budget. Now I could show it to you. You know why? Because I'm not scared of this card getting seen online and somebody trying to use the card and go do something. They can't do nothing with it. This card is empty. There's no money in it until I put money in it. See, it's called Proactive Budget. We use it to control my spending and budget at the same time. It's a system that we've put together to help so many families not only become debt-free in less than 2 years, 3 years, they also save at the same time. So let me show you, so you could go and download the app for yourself on your Android phone. You need to get it on your Android and on your what they call it, on your iPhone. Download this right now, folks, because you need to have it for yourself, for your family, and man, it's going to save you a ton of headache. It's called Proactive Budget, right there. See that? Let me take away my marker. So let's get this. So see what we've done. We took the envelope system, right, and we made it virtual to help you save money, budget your money, and control your spending. All I do when I go to the grocery store, I use my card. There's a lot of money in it already that I use, but when I turn it on is when it's on. If I lose the card, I don't have to panic. I'm not scared. It's a debit card. I'm not scared. You know why I'm not scared? Because there's no money in it. It's $0. So a criminal could steal the card and go to the store. It's going to decline all day long until he calls me and says, Douglas, I stole your card. Can you put some money in it? I said, okay, where are you at, sir? Oh, I'm at so shop. Can you put some money in it for me? Then if I choose to, then I'll send him the money, right? Yeah. And the cops will come and meet him there. But folks, on a serious note, you need to be smarter than the banks. That's the key. So I want you to make sure you're doing this. I want you to do this because when I got that solicitation by this banks, I wanted to say, you know, I said, man, there's so many people that don't realize how the banks are using money, other people's money, to make money, and how they convince so many families to do the same thing. So again, I won't hold you up. I know a lot of you are getting home, you're resting up and all that good stuff. But I wanted to just do this real quick. Share this with your friends, share this with your family members. Make sure you like the video. You know, if you have a comment, let me know. You know, let me see if there's any questions you guys have. And then I could answer. If not, then you know what, we all good. So just wanted to kind of go over this with every one of you because it's so important that you know it. Because like they always say, we perish for lack of knowledge. And you can never say you don't have the knowledge to do better. You gotta be smarter than the banks, or else the banks are gonna take advantage of you. So I'm gonna share this video real quick on some other pages that I control. Let me make sure it's on there so other people can benefit. Make sure you do the same. And that's it, family. Any questions for me? Any other stuff? Do you have any comments you want to share? You want to ask? I know some of you, you know, if you do, let me know. Let me put it on my other page. Again, share with your friends and family. Let them know what this is all about. And I hope you could hear me well. Thank you guys for joining. I appreciate you all for taking your time and checking this out. All right, people. So with that, that's all I have for you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And, you know, you'll have a great evening. And it's Tuesday. Let's go. Let's go get it.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thanks.